Hey traders, how are you? Rick here with Hit and Run Candlesticks. Hey, this is Sunday, about 9:40 Central Time. Thought I would get that weekend charts to ponder out before it got too late. Let's see, today's March 14th, so Sunday, March 14th. And I certainly hope everyone has had a good weekend so far, and it continues. Hey, we've got some exciting news, big news, and I'm going to let it out here, okay? Look, we have partnered up with Falcon trading computers, and we are giving away a Falcon computer, F52 GT trading computer. We have it set up with 24-inch monitors, but we're going to allot like $180 for upgrade. So if you want to upgrade to 27-inch monitor, we're paying about $180, something like that, for it. So all you got to do is click on this. This is on our homepage, so just simply go to our homepage and then register for that Falcon computer. Just simply click on it, and when you click on it, you'll get to this page here, and just simply fill out the registration and click that register. Here's all the terms and everything that if you need to take a look at them. Official rules. There's about 8 pages of official rules if you want to watch this. We will end the contest on April 15th, and we will have the drawing on the evening of April 16th. Okay, so man, let's. There we go. So what I'll do is I will put a link down below. Go down and check that link out. Give it a click. Fill out the registration form. You don't have to be in. We're going to do the drawing in the Hit and Run Candlestick trading room. We'll open it up for the public, but you do not have to be there. Okay, so give it a go. Hey, we'll be talking about this a bit more, but right now, let's talk about some trades that we are going to be considering this coming up week. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is the SPY a little. Here lately, for a long time lately, I guess, I haven't had the 34 EMA up here, but I put it up here because of something I want to talk about. Now, it's not that I don't use it. If you've not seen it in a lot of videos recently, it's not that I don't use it. I use it all the time. I just don't have to have it on the chart to know that it's right there. And I don't want to clutter my chart up, so I have to eliminate moving averages sometimes. Now, most of you know that I use moving averages quite a bit, and here's going to be one of the ways that I'm going to use the moving averages. So let's talk about the SPY here. So far, the SPY has been terrific. It has really just came back from underneath that 50-period moving average, and it has rallied up very nice here. Friday, honestly, Friday did not pull back as much as I was expecting. Now, we had bought some SPY puts based on this shooting star up here. We did close and make a good little base hit down here near the lows, but I certainly was expecting it to pull back just a little bit more. But the old bulls just came back in and roared up at closing Friday quite nice. Now that doesn't mean that we can't tip a little bit to the downside. We're a little bit extended here. If you take a look at T2122, that's pretty extended. That is up there. That is up there where that's pretty high. You can see that right there. That's pretty high. I'm going to have to put another line up there. Here, I'm going to put a line right there. Look at that. Right where we ended Friday, and look where we've been in the past at those just some crazy highs. So what this is suggesting is to be very cautious, okay? Very cautious with long trades. Now, this chart is suggesting to remain bullish. So here's the way I'm going to do this. Since I am a price action, price pattern, trend trader, I'm going to remain bullish and I'm going to continue to trade the price action, price patterns, and the price trend as long as it remains bullish. But I will be very, very cautious because we are getting just a little too high in this market. Just might need a little bit of a pullback. So we'll remain bullish, extremely cautious, which means we'll lighten up some positions. We won't buy as much into positions. It also means we might be a little bit quicker on those profits because we want to protect them. And we'll definitely be quicker on kicking out the losers. We start to see a loser, and we get losers like everybody else. We will quickly rip that thing out of there before that little loser becomes a big loser. Now, I've got this line drawn up here. I will talk about this a little bit. Some have been really concerned, you know, talking about how the market is just crazy, it's insane, it's moving up too much, and I totally agree with you. All right, I completely agree with that. That's why we are going to stay cautious. I've heard even some talk about this chart pattern here, the megaphone chart pattern. Here, we'll make it look more like a megaphone. We'll put a little, there you go, holler into that megaphone there. So we can clearly see the chart pattern. I mean, there's no question about it. We can absolutely draw a line and run right up to where we are now, and then draw a line from these lows here down to these lows, and that gives us the megaphone chart pattern. You know, some are saying that we're going to see a collapse of the market all the way down there. Some not so far down. I mean, you know, there's all sorts of opinions and stories and whatnot. And it's not that I don't disagree with any of them. It's just that, you know, we can sit here and predict that the market is going to have a major pullback. And yeah, someday it will. No question about it. It always does. But is it going to be today? Is it going to be this week? Is it going to be next week? I don't know. I have no idea. This is why we remain constant in trading the trend. And by trading the trend, we get alerted when there's a disturbance in the chart. For instance, personally, I don't think we're going to wake up one day and just, you know, gap down to the depths of agony. I don't think that. Now, it could happen, but that's not the direction I'm going to go. What I think could happen if we start seeing all the selling is we're going to see those candle patterns. They're going to tell us. I mean, look at this right here. This candle pattern told us exactly what was going to happen. And if we stayed below about that line right there, this candle pattern predicted what was going to happen. And it happened. And then we started to come in and see buyers with long wicks in here. And that predicted what might be coming, might happen. I say that because we haven't had follow through yet. And then we started to get the follow through up. So here we are. We're back in it. The point I'm trying to make is that, you know, there's no doubt someday we're going to have a rough time. There is no question in my mind that at some point we are going to have a period of time that this market will belong to the bears. And you know what? We're going to be there, and we're going to make money trading on those bears, just like we make money trading on the bulls. You just have to understand the chart patterns, and you have to be willing to take those profits as you get them. This is what makes the road to wealth so successful, is we have a plan for that, and we talk about it every day in the trading room. Okay, so now we've got this out of the way here. This, yeah, it could happen, but what are you going to do until then? You know, are you going to freeze like a deer in the street with headlights on you? That's not what I'm going to do. So let me share my trade plan with you, my trading diary, if you want to call it that, how I'm going forward with this. All right. And we're going to take a look at some trade ideas that have moved up on the list for us. Okay. So with that said, let's get rid of all these lines right here. Let's get rid of that. Boom. Okay. Okay. So one thing I'm going to look at the chart is anything above the 50 period moving average. For the most part, I'm going to remain, I'm not going to say crazy bullish, not at all, but I'm not going to be petrified bearish either. We do close below the 50, for instance, like right here, we did, but we had no follow through. When we close below that 50 period moving and we have follow through, then I will take a different stance on this, and I will definitely be kicking the bull trades out and looking for some bear trades, okay? Not that we don't even take bear trades from time to time on small little pullbacks. Okay, so with that, the 50 period moving average is extremely important to us. But now let's do this. What I'm going to do is eliminate the 50 period moving average. And now we've got the 34 down here, okay? And this Trendicator, we've got the Trendicator. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start trading using that 34 EMA, bringing it out a little bit more. Because if we close below the 34 EMA, in my opinion, I feel there is a super high probability that we retest the 50 period moving average. And that's where I'm going to start having a lot of concern. So really anything above the 34 EMA, for the most part, I'll remain bullish. Now, a lot will depend on what the pattern looks like up here and what the price action looks like. But for the most part, this is a good rule of thumb for me. If price remains above the 34 EMA, I'm going to remain bullish. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to be out buying like crazy, but I'm going to remain a little bullish. I've got the 34 EMA. As long as price stays, the Trendicator. I've got the Trendicator here. As long as price remains above the Trendicator, I am full-blown bullish, period. I realize that there could be some disaster coming down the road, but I figure that the price action in the candlesticks will tell us this. If we start having price action down like that, I'm not too worried. Here's the Trendicator. If we close below the Trendicator, that's going to be a great big red flag. If we close below the 34 EMA, that's going to be a monstrous red flag. If we close below that 50 period moving average, guaranteed, I'll be shopping for some shorts big time. But until then, I'm going to take advantage of what the market is giving us. And right now, it looks pretty good. We may have some pullbacks. We may have a little resting. But overall, watch price action. This is going to be my plan, is I'll watch price action. I'll watch the chart patterns. And I'll watch price remaining above the 34 EMA, or the Trendicator. And then we'll watch that 34 EMA as well. All right, let's take a look at some trade ideas here. These are no particular order. They just pop up the way they pop up. While the Road to Wealth account has a watch list of definitely a few charts, not just the ones we're showing here. These are a few charts that have kind of come up to the top based on price action in the chart pattern. That's why I'm showing them out here for trades to ponder for the weekend, for a possible trade down the road. So what I'm looking for here on Campbell's Soup, while this is still in a pretty decent downtrend, it really hasn't given us any big, uptrend or anything. Not at all. And I just noticed something. Let me change this. I was working with the T-line here. There we go. I was working with the T-line on some chart setups, and I had it set to the low. Let me put it back to where it's supposed to be. You know what? I guess I better check that Trendicator as well. Yep, that's a 17. And let's make sure that's right. Last price. Okay. All right. So what I like about Campbell Soup here is we've got a bottom. We've got a nice double bottom here. And then we have this monster bullish engulf that just ate up all those candles right in here. And now we have consolidation. So what I'm going to look for is a buy in the buy box like this. I'm not opposed to buying something on a breakout. What I would prefer is in the buy box here. And we'll set our stop accordingly. And then we'll look for price to move up. Some places that we might look at are going to be around that $50 level. And we'll just put one right in here as well. And as we always do with a Road to Wealth account, we will be taking profits on the way up into, there we go. On the way up into strength, securing those profits in our pocket. And then we'll wait for another pullback, and we just very well may buy that again. Another chart that has come to the top of the watch list that showed up Friday was this MVIS. Now, MVIS has a very nice trend working here. You can see that we've pulled all the way back. We got into that 34 EMA. We probably got into the 50 period moving average right in here. We can see this downtrend line, and we've broken out. So what we'll do is we'll put that buy box in there. We'll look at that buy area. I'm going to move that up just a little. There we go. We'll look at the chart pattern setting up in there. We'll look for the price action. The live trading alerts alert system we use will give us the hint when the buyers are coming in, and we'll look for that. And once again, as always, we will take profits on the way up into strength. I was asked here, actually I'm asked a lot, it just reminded me, what kind of percentages do we make? Sometimes I'll just take a 10% profit. Sometimes it's a 20% profit. Sometimes it's a 50% profit. I'm not, when I'm trading, I'm not about picking some target up here and then being so stubborn to wait for that target. Because one thing you just don't know, absolutely one thing you don't know, are you going to get right here and just totally collapse? And then all that's just wasted work. It makes no sense to me. Anyway, it's just my way of trading, taking profits into strength. So yeah, I don't mind taking a 10% move. I don't mind taking a 15 or 50% move. Don't mind at all. Truly, the Road to Wealth sweet spot is probably somewhere between 15 and 25%. That's where most of the trades lie. So, hey, this thing moves up. I'm going to start peeling some profits off. Here's another chart. A little $4 chart. Hey, and speaking of this, something I think I'm going to start doing is you might start to see charts under $10 set up. I've had a big request for that, so I'm thinking about doing. I'm going to kick it around for a few more days because it's a little added work. I want to make sure that we can do that. So you may start to see charts under $10 with explanations on them and everything. So keep your eyes open, ears open, and I'll let you know when that's available. So Nokia here, we've had a nice little pullback, and I think that is a superb looking bottom right here. Superb looking bottom, nice rounded bottom. And here we've kind of popped up, and then we've gone a little bit sideways, and we popped up a little bit more. A great candle Friday. I think the price action was absolutely wonderful. And I'm just going to put this line here at 433. That's pretty close to the high here. Here, we'll go right to that high. Right to that high. So if we start to see a breakout on this, man, there's some upside potential like crazy on this thing. I mean, just up into this area here, that puts us up into the 20% plus area. So I'm kind of liking that. So I think what I'm going to do here is we're going to put the buy box in there like that. I'm actually going to go a little higher, and we'll look for a buy, a setup, something in this area here. Of course, we want the market on our side as well. So we'll watch for that. And I won't even be opposed to a breakout. Might even be looking for a breakout buy on this. And who knows? We might get up there that $5.50. As always, we're going to put a stop in. We're going to put our stop in. Stops, the stops are kind of, there's not a wrong or a right place to put a stop. There's not a cop that's going to come arrest you, if you do or don't put it right here. There's not going to be a cop come and arrest you if you do or don't put it right here. A stop is kind of personal to each trader. How much money do you want to risk? That sort of thing. How risky are you? Those sort of things. These are things that we talk about in the trading room. And these are things that maybe we can figure out. Things like that. You want to give it some room. I do. I want to give it a little room to work. Not too much room, but a little room. I want to pay attention to price action. Where might we find some support in price action? And just because there's a support line there, that does not mean that is like support. Okay? Unless price agrees, support is nothing without price. So we're going to be watching that area here. Now, again, we want to make sure that the market is in our favor. We want to make sure the setup is there. We don't want to chase anything. And again, we'll always take profits into strength if they meet our goals. Okay? And of course, everyone should know by now, we certainly talk about it enough, that the road to wealth goal is to double the account every 12 months. So that's our number one goal. So, and we'll talk about that in another video or in the trading room. Hey, FCX. Now this is one that I bought Friday. I bought this Friday because of the gap up and the sideways price action here. If Friday I would have posted this, put the buy box around it, there it is, doing just what I would do with the buy box. So we bought that right in there, stop in there. We get to see a breakout here. This thing could really start to rock. So we're going to be watching FCX. Now, we are up against what some people consider resistance. I consider this resistance, although minor. It's just a spot in a chart, and we are certainly going to need to see that breakout. No question about it. I have a crazy theory about that. If charts never broke out, well, we wouldn't have a stock market, would we? If every chart reached a top, like right here, and got scared and ran down, and then tried to come back up and reach the top up here, and then came back down, well, we just wouldn't have a stock market. So we're going to follow price. We're going to follow price action. We're going to follow the overall market. We're not going to be afraid to take profits off into strength as long as they meet our goals. And keep a stop on. Keeping a stop is important. Walmart. It might be time to start thinking about Walmart for the longer term accounts. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to maybe start to look to add it to my longer term account. Now, Walmart has a little downtrend. Typically, Walmart, my opinion is Walmart can be traded in two different ways. It can be a long-term investment, or it can be traded. So as far as a long-term investment, I'm liking Walmart here. As far as a short-term investment, short-term trade, I'm going to need to see a little consolidation here. And then we'll look for a trade up into resistance areas, places that it might pause pause areas. And this 139.30 might be one of those areas. And of course, if that breaks out, then we'll watch this downtrend line here. About 144.15 might be one of those areas that price might want to run to, but also might want to take a rest when it gets there. And then, of course, we get a breakout. Yeah, boy, that'll be cool. Another chart setting up is BlackBerry. You know, every time I see BlackBerry, I swear I think, are they seriously still in business? But they are. It's not a bad chart. I kind of like it. So here we've popped up, big time pop up. Here we've pulled back, a nice little pullback here. And let's just put a line marking these highs right here. Let's start with this one, and we'll come down and lay it here. And then the rest of it we'll just let go where it wants to go. We'll see here how we put in a little hammer, a little rest, a gap up. We move sideways, and then we popped up. Little morning star type signal right here. Right there, those 3 bars. Nice chart pattern, in my opinion. I think this is a nice chart pattern. So what I'm going to look for here on BlackBerry is an inside day. I like to buy those inside days. So we'll just draw a box around the candle. This gives me kind of a guideline on that inside day. And I'm not opposed to buying a little breakout of this candle here. And this looks like it has a lot of room to move up. Let's see. Let's go, about 1160 or so. There's 23% just up to this. Well, let's go to this high right in here. So I'm looking at that as a pretty nice trade. The more I talk about it, the more I actually like that one. So we'll keep our eye on BlackBerry. Here's another one. Oh, did I mention that we bought this FCX? You know, I think I did. Okay. JWN. Now, I was in JWN, and I'm pretty sure we sold it. I'm checking right here. Yes, we were in JWN on this sideways consolidation, and it broke out, so I sold it. The reason I sold it is because it was Friday, and you know me, I'm going to sell into strength. I'm going to sell into strength. I don't mind making 15% to 25% trades. I don't mind that. Honestly, this is a job to me, and I don't know that my job is to stretch this out to 100%. That's just not what I do. I know some people are watching this video and you totally disagree with that. And that's all right, okay? There are millions of traders out there. And as long as you're making money, you trade the way you want to trade. That's the thing to do. Of course, if you're not making money, you might want to adjust however you trade. But if you're making money, trade how you want to trade. And this is the way I trade. And it works because we more than double our Road to Wealth account every month. So I did take my profits on this. Now, here we are up at this top here. So it's pretty common when we get to a top like that that we see a little consolidation. It is pretty common. So I'm going to watch for that consolidation, and I will look to buy this back. But what I did when I took the profits, I did the ultimate of protecting your money. I put it in my pocket, and it cannot be taken away from me. Holding it, sometimes it can be taken away from you the next day. So anyway, I'm going to look for this to consolidate. I'm going to look for that setup again, and then I will look for a re-enter, and I will re-enter that chart. AG, this is another one. Did we buy this? Sure thought I did, but I do not. Nope. Evidently, I did not buy this. So we'll be looking at this. We've got a nice bullish engulf here. We have a low. We have a high. We have a higher low. And now we're working. I'm not sure that we actually made a higher high. Well, we did. We made a higher high, and we closed with a bullish engulf. So this is getting 2 thumbs up for me. So, as always, it's the same old trade, the same old thing we do. I'm going to look for a buy. My buy will be based on price action. It'll be based on buyers still holding in this position, staying in the position, coming into the position. I just want to make sure the buyers are not leaving. We're going to put a stop on there as always. And as always, we're going to take some money to the upside. This past week, I think I was talking to somebody, and they want to do both short-term swing trading and a little bit of longer-term trading. I said, well, that's an easy thing to do. When you buy a position and you move up, let's say for the sake of conversation here, you buy 10 contracts or maybe 100 shares, whatever you do. You're trading your options, you're trading the stock. So as it moves up, what would be wrong with taking some profits here and leaving the rest to work their way up longer term? So maybe you take half off the table. Take half off. Take a third off the table and leave the other half. Pretty easy. Pretty easy, really. Just a little bit of common sense, a little bit of basically, it's knowing what you want to do. That's all it is, really. Just make a decision on what you want to do. And then always be looking for those charts. I guess that's where the kicker comes in. You need the education to hunt down these charts that have the potential to move higher. Hunt down these charts that have a path to profits. You hear me talk about the path to profits often. And we want to be able to see those right in there. And we want to have some rules set up from profit taking. And everyone's a little bit different. When I share the road to wealth, we take profits into strength. There are some people that, no way, they want to sell up here. Well, again, if that works for you, keep doing it. Keep doing it. I get my chops busted often because I take profits too soon. Look, there's millions and millions and millions and millions of traders out there. The only right way to trade is if you're making money. If you're not making money, then you're not trading the right way. There's just no, this is not right or wrong. This is not right or wrong. Nothing's right or wrong. You're either making money or you're not. And if you're not, then we need to come in here and we need to figure out why. We need to make sure we're looking for smart charts that have that potential in the time frame that you're looking to trade. When I say time frame, I don't mean like an hourly chart or 15-minute chart. I mean, like, if you want to hold it for 6 months, well, make sure you're looking for a chart that's got some 6 month potential. If you want to hold it, if you're a typical trader looking for overnight trades or trades for a week long, well, we'll look for charts that meet that criteria. So anyway, AG, I kind of like that one. I like that a lot, the way it's setting up. So we'll be looking at that. Here's Love. Now, I do think I'm pretty sure I bought some of that. Yes, we bought some Love late in the day. So actually, my buy is pretty high up here, but I just love that chart so much that I had to take some of that. So, we've got our stop on here. We'll look for it to go higher. I didn't load up on it, so I've got some room that if I see the buyers starting to step in, I'll certainly be adding to this. So a little bit of love here. We've got a nice little J-hook continuation pattern setting up on this chart. A great Trendicator trend in here. Terrific Trendicator trend. So we'll watch what this does. But I'm looking for an add to on this because we didn't buy a ton of it here. Ford is another one. I think Ford is hot. I've traded this several times on the way up. So now I think what we're going to do is look for a little consolidation. I'd like it to rest just a little bit inside day. Then we'll look for a buy on Ford. Of course, we'll set that stop in there, and then we'll take profits on the way up. This is one of those I actually might look to hang on to a little bit longer, a position for a little bit longer. I'm still going to trade it, but I might be thinking about a little longer hold on this. I think this goes up in the $20, $25, $30 range. So this might be worth a little longer hold. Here's another one. I think we bought this one Friday too. Yeah, Friday. Here's a rally up. Here we broke out of these highs. A nice little pullback. A sign that the buyers came in, breaking out over this flag right here. This LUMN. I like what that's doing. And I will look to add more on this. I'm going to wrap it this way, a little bit more here. I'll look to add more on this in here, or a breakout, and then we're looking for a possible move to retest those highs, which is in the neighborhood of 16% or so. All right. Hey, look, everyone, those that are still listening to this video, thank you very much. Remember to go to the home page, click on this. Actually, you could click anywhere in this picture, and you'll go to that registration page. Here you are right here. And hit and run candlesticks and right way options. We're going to be giving away a computer here that you can customize how you would like. So I hope you register. We'll be talking a lot more about this. And if anyone has, well, where's my charts here? There we go. Move that out of the way. If anyone has any questions over the next month, we'll certainly do what we can to answer those. Check below for the link, okay? Thanks, everybody. Hope to see you Monday in the trading room. You guys take care.